I love how Bart has built his team. Every year he gets hit with people coming taking his players, and he's able to reload with some kids. He's able to hold on to some kids. But we let them know the difference in the last two ball games was this team was going to be a little bit more defensive oriented. We let them know in practice that Gift would have 4 people around her. We let them know they would swarm. We told them to have their feet, be confident in your shot. If you don't have your feet, reverse the ball and run our offense. We ran some secondary stuff to spread the floor and get easy entries into her. We knew we could pound them on the boards because they don't box out. We were able to accomplish a couple of those things, beating them on the boards, and for the most part, containing them and keeping them within scoring, within reach in the first half. We executed our offense. We limited our turnovers in the first half. And that's what kept us in the game. I thought we had a fight to us. In the third quarter, I felt us running out of steam as we had that 8-0 run. And I said if we could get one more stop, I was going to call a timeout. We scored, and luckily he called the timeout. At that timeout, I told him to drink, compose yourselves. They're going to come and try to come with their best hit. Compose yourself and just run our stuff. We got away from that a little bit, and they went on their own 10-2 run, and then we're trying to dig back into the game. My disappointment, what I ask of these young ladies, my staff, and of myself, is to find a way. We talked about this being a grind and what a grind is, and grind has a negative connotation of, it's just work that I gotta do, not that I get to do. And instead of looking at grind, look at it as, opportunities that I've been presented with, occasional things that I get to do. And what I told them today was we get to fight. We get a chance to fight. I asked them for some things that is a grind to them. And some of them said, hey, getting out of bed or, laundry. And what I told them how to flip that to is there's an option to not getting out of bed. There's an option to getting out of bed is not getting out of bed, not waking up today and being thankful for the blessing of that. And that's what I told them this game would come down to. It would come down to the grind of work and how much effort it would take. And once you stopped them on one thing, you got to stop them on another, because that's what it is. And we're going to get there. But when you're playing teams like we do, and Belmont is tested. They've played 6 Power Fives, and they've taken them to the limit, and they represent our conference well. And, folks, that's where we're growing to. That's what this team showed. We keep showing you for halves that we're going to get there. And what I'm telling you is, Bucky, that we're going to put it together. We're going to put it together.
When you get that run, you tie the game, and then you get the stop and the ball with a chance to go ahead.
Yeah.
Instead of the offensive foul, maybe if you score there, do you feel like maybe it puts a little more game pressure on a team that's probably coming in here expecting to win?
Yeah, it puts a little game pressure on a team that had just lost and then bust 6 hours to get here. It puts a little pressure on them where maybe they're thinking, here we go after we just finished one more tight battle. I give them credit. They got some seasoned kids that were a little composed during that stretch. But when we can't go off and do our own thing. And it's hard because it's not out of spite. It's out of players thinking, let me try to make this play. But it's singular. Instead of the way we make plays, we need everybody on that floor. And when we're touching that ball and reversing it and going inside, that's how we score. When we get kickouts and it's the catch and shoot 3, that's when we score. When we get back on defense and collectively have to talk, stay in a stance and move our butt and not be reactive as the ball is in the air. God, I tell you, I came to this conference because of this. This is what I came here for, because it makes you better. You're going up against some of the best coaches in the country, and it makes you better. And you know what? You better get your legs under you and you better get your hands back, because every night is a fight. And my young ones are going to learn how to fight. They're going to learn.
Is that the biggest thing that you're teaching or trying to teach this young group right now, is not just the fight you have to have, but the importance of 5 people banding together to do one job and not 5 people trying to do 5 jobs?
The most important thing I'm trying to teach this group is about faith. Yeah. And I told them, all I said when I walked in that locker room, storm or no storm, storm or no storm, we're going to get up and take our bus to church tomorrow. Because the talk that they listen to within their head, the doubt, the fear, the anxiety that these kids have of messing up, of doing, I can give them motivation through that, but motivation is gonna fade at some point. You have to have something that grounds you to your why. And if they don't know it, and at a young age, it's hard for me at 48. I question it. I question my faith at times, and you get palms up, oh Lord, why me? Instead of understanding that, baby, I'm giving you a beautiful opportunity for you to rise and to teach these young people something. But every lesson can't come from me. So during that storm, we got to find something to anchor ourselves to, and I'm going to show them tomorrow what that is. I don't force my faith on anybody, but all of my kids have said that they look for, there is some higher power that they look for, and that's what we need right now. And I'm not ashamed to say that's how I keep going every single day. Every single day I rely on my faith and know that He's taken me through this for a reason, because we are built for it, and He's not going to give us anything that we can't handle. And that's what I'm showing these kids every day.
You mentioned what Bart's been able to do in terms of stringing together consistently competitive teams.
Yeah.
You lose. How much do you think it helps in some way, though, that he's got Nashville to help him
You think?
be able to recruit the city?
He got Nashville. He got a little private school. He got little boosters that are there helping take care of him. We're going to get there. We're going to find a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, trust me, Nashville helps a lot. But you know what? There's a lot of other sides to that. There's a beautiful side to Southern Illinois. And we might not have all the finances for it, but we got people that'll invest in kids. And that's why I told you why I came here was for these coaches. The reason I stay here is because for the people that believe in me, the people that believe in our young ladies, and they invest in them. I saw a couple walking up the stairs here right before the game that just want to talk about what they love about our kids and why they keep coming back. And I was getting my butt off the elevator, and this is an 80-year-old couple walking up them stairs, and I've been taking the stairs ever since, because if they're willing to fight for me, I'm going to fight with them. But I love how they invest in our kids, and that's why we get the recruits that we get. And the recruits that are going to come, every kid in that locker room is selfless. We're just trying to teach them how to believe in themselves, but that's why we're going to get players in here, because of the people that surround our program and believe in us, and because of the character of our kids.
With 8 days off before the road trip to Mo State next Sunday, what's going to be the points of emphasis to work on to keep making the progress you're looking to make with this group?
Yeah, that taking care of the ball, getting their attention about taking care of the ball. We'll get into some more film sessions with Gift. And you know, she came off that court again, selfless. She asked about a stat. She asked, Coach, how many turnovers did I have? She didn't ask about rebounds or points. She knows where she has to continue to get better. But I put some kids on the bench today because I can't deal with the self-doubt. I just can't do that. We are too blessed and too fortunate to be doubting ourselves.